just heard, I made in less than 10 minutes, not the idea, not the demo, but the entire song. Mix, master, stem separated, everything. Now, 3 days ago, I was about to drop like 2 grand on some new plugins just to update my music flow. Then I got an email that made me cancel everything. I finally got access to Suno Studio. All right. Now, real talk. I've been using Logic for about, well, before it was acquired. It used to be eMagic. I've been using it that long, like a long time. So ridiculous. All right. And my setup looks kind of like this. This is my template. All right. And I'm not exaggerating. My entire perspective on AI music production and production in general just got shifted. Watch this. We're going to jump right into it. You see, we're here on the home tab of Suno. You can see that Studio is coming. It's here for us, and it will be probably soon for you. You go to Studio here. This is where you find it. So home, here you have Create, which is what is in most accounts. And then you have the Studio. Then you have your library. You have your search. You have this radio feature, which is a new feature. We'll dig into that in another video. Just a little bit of how to navigate the Studio. There are these different sections in the Studio, okay? So you have this section that has your Create, which is what we're normally used to, okay? Where you can impact things like the vocal gender, the weirdness of the generations, the style influence, what you don't want, etc. The styles of lyrics, here you can upload audio, you can record audio into it, you can adapt a persona, have a bunch of different personas that I have set up. You can use inspiration from a playlist, so you can use a playlist. And then here's the edit area. So this, you can select something that you want to edit. And then this new section here is the instrument section. So you can add these various instruments in that section. Here is the workspace, if you will. So this is where all your generations are. I have thousands and thousands of generations there. Then we have the studio section. Yes, the studio section. So this is where the action happens. And over here at this corner here, you have this area, which you'll see will get populated. You can change the layout to have the studio here at the bottom, these at the top here. We're gonna go with this particular layout, which reminds me of like Final Cut or CapCut or Premiere, the video editing layout, right? I'm going to go in here and we're going to start with some right full song. Okay. We'll select that model. I'll say an empowerment song in a Afro Latin hip hop trap pop fusion, and then we'll go write lyrics, just making it up for example purposes here. Now this is cooked up 2 different kinds of song. For those of you that are familiar with Suno and some of these other AI engines, the song lyrics are where the magic happens. It's not, oh, make me a hip hop beat, make me a trap beat, make me a pop, whatever song, right? It's the lyrics. But I'm not going to get into editing the lyrics and all of that. We're just going to go with this option here. More than enough. I'm more than enough. Yep. Let's go with that. Why not? Then for the style, we're going to put piano, dembos, hip hop, pop. Just going to rock with that. Let's go with the female. It's a gender. I'm more than enough. And hit create. Now it's going to generate 2 songs. I'm not even reading the lyrics yet. While that's generating, what you're going to see is when something is selected here, it is also going to populate over here and allow us to get the stems, which we'll be able to import down there into the AI DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation. So for me, someone that has used pretty much every digital audio workstation from Logic to Pro Tools, Ableton Live, Fruity Loops, Studio One to I've used a lot of them over the years. This is next level because it's AI, right? So let's take a listen to this one.
Every time I start to doubt my worth, I remind myself that I am more than enough.
Ooh, that feels good. I'm gonna this one though. We're gonna go with this first one. Okay, I like that. So that gives us some space to work with. So you go over here. Notice now this is populated. This 1, 2, 3, this third field in that view in a different layout. It is the fourth field. By the way, if you hit the number 1, 2, and 3 on your keyboard and 4, okay, that disappears like that. Let's see what it does with this layout. Only when you're in that vertical layout. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and extract the stems on that. Okay. And as you can see here, it is taking the song that we like here, and it's separating them out. The voice, the backgrounds, the keyboards, the percussion, the drums, the synth, the effects, all of that is being extracted now. As you can imagine, after everything is extracted, what is possible then is it's unlimited what's possible then, okay? It has the lyrics, blah, 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 blah. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit insert all there, and it is going to literally insert all those tracks into the timeline here. Watch. Insert all. I'll do it again. Insert all. Okay, there it is. Okay, I know I clicked that button. We now have everything in a timeline. Real quick, how to navigate this. So if you click on the speaker icon, that mutes that track, okay? The volume button is this right here. You can solo it there. You can pan, okay, left and right, okay? I'm going to go back to center. Where's the center? Right there. Okay. Then you can also put some inputs in there, right? So we won't do that now. You can see my Pro Tools inputs and whatnot. We're not going to input anything, but you can actually record things inside of the tracks right on the timeline. That is amazingness. Okay. So I'm going to hit play. Let's see that it's all there. Let's go ahead and get into producer mode, producer beast mode, okay? As someone that's done over 5,000 songs in my lifetime without AI, when I am in a workstation, workflow type vibe, and have this kind of flexibility, I immediately want to launch into what can I mess around with here to bring something unique to this here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this beginning drums. And the way you can do that is you can do Command E, okay, on Mac. And let's say I wanted to delete the beginning drums. All right, so that gives us this. Okay, of course, if oh no, I want those drums back, you can go Command Z, and that brings it back. Okay, but we're not going to do that, just delete. And let's say I wanted the intro to have an effect that brings us into the drums actually coming in. So I would go add track. Okay. And where did it add the track? So I guess it does it below wherever you were just editing. And let's say I wanted to go here to instrument, and I wanted to make an effect right there. So I would go here on to instrument effect and then add instrument. And look at that. It's generating an effect. Or I could have it generate brass or strings or guitar or percussion or something like that. And then what it does, once it's completed this generation, it gives two choices. So we're going to have some choices to make all throughout this process. By the way, if you want to expand out, down here at the bottom, you have zoom in capabilities. If you have a trackpad, you can just open it up, okay, and you can scroll up and down like that, okay. Let's see if you can move it. Yep, you can move the click and drag up and down, okay, here. And so we're gonna do that just so we can see what we're doing in a big way. I'm gonna actually close it in so we can see the host. One of the things that happens sometimes, the end of songs cut off abruptly, or there's some artifacts or something. So let's listen to the end of the song real quick, because we're probably gonna do some editing. Okay, yeah, see there's like a okay, the ending's not bad. Okay, I think it was this percussion sound that sounded like it cut off. All right, so we're gonna drag over. We're gonna take this piece here and we're gonna drag that to the left. See if that helps. We can fade it. What? We can actually fade it out now. I can't tell you how. Usually I would have to take things out of Suno, put it in Logic or Pro Tools or whatever I choose, and do fade outs or add endings or add instruments in. Now I can add the instruments in here and do the fades and do the edits. Like, what? Okay, so let's see what that sounds like. Let's see, what else can we add? As you can see, the generation is still going, so I'm actually going to click this X button and stop it. I am going to actually delete. So to delete a track, you go to the three dots there, click delete. That gets rid of the track. I added a few more tracks I was playing around with, and basically what I did was I went in and I added the strings, okay, and I faded the string in the way we were. Yeah, see, there's still some errors, messages, and sometimes the clips don't generate yet. But this is beta. As you can see, is beta early access preview V05. By the time we're at version 10, like, what is Logic at? So I don't know what version Logic is so at now when you're seeing this video, but these things evolve very quickly, especially here in AI. And all right, so I added a string section here, and I am going to actually name it strings because it didn't capture that. So strings, okay. And I added a brass section here. So I added some horns. I'll play it really quickly, but I'm name it brass, okay. And I'm going to name the project, okay. And we're going to call this project More Than Enough, because this is more than enough to make hits, to get your ideas out, all of that. This is more than enough. I'm going to now solo the strings up. If you see I did an edit here, when the music is playing, you won't hear that edit. But basically, I used the first generation, and then I used at the end the second generation because the chords didn't match there, so that's why that split is there. And then did the same thing here, same type of thing, and actually had generated so you can see this is the second generation there, but we're going to go with the first one. And then on the brass section, I did 4 different generations, and like this one, I'll play the brass piece so you can hear what that's doing. Okay, you get the idea. So then put in all that together, and for the beginning and the end, and that's at the last chorus. I wanted it to be more dense in terms of production. So here it is.
Every time I start to doubt my worth.
Okay, and then at the end here.
They try to tell me that I'm wrong. I'm more than enough. I know that I've been all along. I'm more than enough. They try to tell me that.
Okay, yeah, see the horns are a little bit too loud. So the way you bring those down, you just move it down some dBs there. I'll bring the strings down a little bit too. So they're just giving some volume to the hair, if you will.
Tell me that I'm wrong. I'm more than enough. I know that I've been all along. I'm more than enough. They try to.
Yeah, that's better. All right, so I've been producing since I was 9 years old, and I've seen every revolutionary tool, but this here is different. Now, doing this long enough to know hype from Game Changers, this is a game changer. Not because it makes human producers obsolete, but because it makes us faster, more creative, have more possibilities with sound. And so we are now in the world of a both and. If you like this video, you might want to check out some of the other videos where I'm using other features of Suno. And if you want more content like this, if you like to just kind of check out my journey as I am out in the world as an AI prompt engineer, professional music producer, like all of that. If you're inspired by the content that I've been putting out on this channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Much love and light.
Every time I start to doubt my worth, I remind myself that I am more than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more than enough. It's in my head. They try to tell me that I'm wrong. I'm more than enough. I know that I've been all along. I'm more than enough. They try to tell me that I'm wrong. I'm more than enough. I know that I've been all along. I'm more than enough. The best thing about me, I'm more than enough. I know that I'm a G. I'm more than enough. And if you don't agree, I'm more than enough. That's a you problem. They try to tell me that I'm wrong.